I remember the night before sleeping, I'm up at like 4 in the morning just staring at the ceiling like.
Chicago Cubs Baseball, Marquee Sports Network, is brought to you by the Bob Lacurcio Auto Group. You're going to like buying a car this way. By Circa Sports. And by your local Hyundai dealer. Find the dealer nearest you at buyhyundai.com. Greek Heritage Night here at the ballpark. Those are some great jerseys. Getting set for some baseball. Cubs taking on the Tigers series opener at Wrigley Field. Alex Cohen and Rick Sutcliffe up here in the booth. And for the first time during the broadcast, let's send it down to the field for Lance Brostowski. Lance.
Alex, good to be with you. Sut, always great to have you in the booth. We got some roster moves to go through. The first one is very obvious. Jameson Taillon activated off the IL from his hamstring issue. He will pitch tonight. Old friend Aaron Civale is back. He was traded from the Athletics in a recent transaction that occurred the other day. He is here and active. The corresponding moves, Phil Maton has been dealing with this right knee issue. He's been placed on the 15-day IL, and Drew Pomeranz has been designated for assignment. Now, Jameson Taillon's rehab process a bit different for this hamstring injury than what he's done in the past. Usually in the past, he liked to dictate when he would throw lives, when he would lift, when he would do a lot of other things. But last year, when he dealt with his calf injury, one of the key things he did was submit more to the process that the Cubs wanted him to go through. And he bounced back so strongly in the second half from that calf injury that this time through, he knew exactly what to do. He completely submitted to whatever the Cubs wanted him to do from a rehab standpoint. You want me to jump? Tell me how high. You want me to throw on this day? Tell me how hard. And as a result of that, he's pretty confident heading into this game and heading into what is a huge second half for the Cubs, as well as for him heading into free agency this offseason. He's very excited to get going once again, Alex.
Jameson Taillon trusting the process. He's off the injured list, and he gets the start tonight. Alex Cohen here with Rick Sutcliffe, and it's time now for our keys to the game, brought to you by your local Hyundai dealer. Rick Sutcliffe, what are your keys to the game?
Well, 56 wins on the season for Craig Counsell's team. That's because he's got 6 guys that have played in 95 or more ball games. The availability. Happy days. That's right. We were here at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Ian Happ taking extra BP, using the opposite field. We'll see if that plays tonight. And solos. Jameson Taillon, we're going to give up home runs. As you get older, that happens. It's okay as long as it's a solo. Don't walk anybody and put up a crooked number. That normally leads to a loss.
Elite keys, Rick Sutcliffe. That's for tonight. And this week, at time for our Prevagen Memorable Moment, we'll take you back to a memorable weekend for the Chicago Cubs. Friday, the unveiling of the 2027 All-Star logo before the game. PCA doing the honors on Saturday, the much-awaited ribbon cutting of the champion skate. So many great stories for those guys this weekend. And yesterday, Cubs winning their first series out of the All-Star break, taking 2 out of 3 against the Twins. Sut, you were here for some of those 2016 festivities. What do you got? What are some of your favorite memories?
Golly, there's so many to start with. It's so good to see Theo, because I was there, as you know, in 2012 in spring training, and this organization was a disaster. He had to completely turn it around. He did it in Boston, and he came here to Chicago and did the same thing.
He did it. 2016 happened, and Jameson Taillon on the mound here in 2026, and he makes his first start coming off the injured list, Sut.
Take a look at those numbers since 2024 here at home. You see the home runs. That's been a problem, but most of the problem has been the walks leading up to that. Jameson Taillon last year, one of his 11 wins was against these Tigers. He was outstanding. 7 innings in that ball game, only allowed 1 run. That won't happen tonight because he won't go that deep, but we'll take 4 or 5 innings with just 1 run.
J-Mo on the mound, and we'll see a Tigers lineup brought to you by Ford. It is as follows. Kevin McGonigal starts things off, followed by Gleyber Torres, Colt Keith, 1, 2, 3. Middle of the order, Riley Green, Dylan Dingler, Kerry Carpenter. In the bottom third of the order, Spencer Torkelson, Zach McKinstry, and James Outman. AbbVie and the Chicago Cubs are teaming up to strike out cancer. Roughly 241 Americans are diagnosed with cancer every hour. For each Cubs strikeout at Wrigley Field this season, AbbVie will donate $241 to Cubs charities. AbbVie, people, passion, possibilities. We're getting ready to play some baseball. Cubs 56-43, Tigers 46-53. Cubs coming off a series victory against the Twins. Tigers their first series out of the All-Star break against the Angels in Anaheim. So continuing their road trip, Cubs continuing their homestand. And a round of applause from the Wrigley faithful. What a crowd on a Monday night, son.
It was worth waiting for, wasn't it?
Everything normally is. First pitch. This is up high. Count 1-0. We are underway here at Wrigley Field.
Like Lance was saying earlier, Jameson had a rehab start down in Iowa, and things went really, really well. He checked all the boxes.
Hit to center. Pete Crow Armstrong makes the catch. One away.
You know, it's so much fun when something's hit in Pete Crow Armstrong's direction. Just to, when he starts to glide, that's when you can just look at your scorecard and write down F8.
One of the best defensive players in the game. 30-minute delay officially here at Wrigley Field. One away. Gleyber Torres. Soft liner, shallow center. Falls in front of Pete. A single for Gleyber Torres in his first game off the injury list.
Yeah, you talked about them winning 2 out of 3 against the Angels. They are starting to get healthy. This is a team that has been to the postseason the last couple of years. They know what they're doing. They got Torres back now. They're going to get Javi back. Their rotation, Skubal, Mize, they're at the top of it. This is a team that's loaded with talent, these Detroit Tigers.
11-5 in their last 16 games. Just like the Cubs. Both teams playing well, but they're chasing during that time the Boston Red Sox, who were on fire.
I mean, didn't we eliminate them about a month ago? I mean, the Red Sox are done. There's no talent there. Wait a minute.
Everybody heard that but them. And out to left. And Happ looks up and hits off the ivy. Bounces in the left. Happ gets it in quickly. Colkeith the double. But the throw holds Gleyber Torres up at third. Second and third, one out.
You want to know what a Gold Glove outfitter looks like? You're going to see it right here. Very, very fortunate this ball did not go out of the ballpark. It hit deep into the well instead of into the basket. But Ian Happ can play left field as well as anybody that's ever played here at Wrigley. He played it off the carom to keep the Tigers from getting that early lead.
Tyone against Riley Green. Three-time All-Star Riley Green. .46 OPS. Tyone delivered. That is hammered. Right field, Suzuki back, looks up, it's gone. Big start for the Tigers. 3-run home run Riley Green. 15th of the year. 3-0 Detroit in the first.
15 homers on the year. That's now 50 RBIs for the 25-year-old. Back to back to back. 3 times an All-Star for the American League. And you said it well. That ball was hammered.
408 feet later. There's another All-Star, Dylan Dingler. Tigers, their 69th home run since June 1st. Most in baseball. Nice stretch. Foul ball. Look at this Tigers team offensively. They're bottom 10 in Major League Baseball in multiple categories. Home runs not being one of them. They're 13th in baseball.
Well, you just look at the averages down at the bottom. There's a lot of guys, the last 4 or 5 hitters, they're not hitting their weight right now. They've not been healthy. They're not getting any production from down there. But once they get healthy, they're going to make a charge for that American League Central.
Gleyber Torres off the injured list. He was sidelined with an oblique. Javi Baez working his way back. He's right now at Tigers facility in Florida, looking to start his major league career. And you look at this Tigers team, they get Gleyber back. They're getting Javi Baez back. You have McGonigal. You have Riley Green. You have Dylan Dingler. I mean, that's 5 out of your 9 hitters that could do a lot of damage.
That's plenty when you look at that starting rotation.
Dingler having a breakout year.
92, 93 miles an hour. There's nothing wrong with the velocity for Jameson Taillon. It's just he's been wild in the strike zone here in the first.
And in the air, center field. PCA back. He looks up at the wall. It's gone. Back-to-back homers for the Tigers. Riley Green, 3-run shot. Dylan Dingler, solo homer. 4-0 Tigers in the first.
I'm sure this was not the plan that Tommy Hotovy had. And I don't even think he had his coffee cooled off before he's got to make a trip out here. And, you know, we just need to spin the baseball. You know, when you get to be Jameson Taillon's age, you know, at 34 years of age, you're not really a power pitcher anymore. I mean, you got a power pitcher this day and age is 94 and above. So you got to spin it. Even when you get to the bottom of the order, a lot of times 3-2, a fastball for a strike is not the pitch to throw there. But Jameson has the ability to do that. We saw it last year when he came back off the IL.
So how much of this for Taillon in the first inning is rust, or really is it just missing your spots?
I think both. I think they knocked the rust off in his last rehab start because his command was good. His strikeouts were there. He didn't allow any runs in pitching into the 5th inning.
Spins one there for a strike.
There you go. You know, you see what happens. You get going in the bullpen. You come out here, and there's 40,000 people here. You get excited, and you feel like you're going to throw 98 again.
Kerry Carpenter, 13 homers this year, hitless since the All-Star break. Flare foul.
Attaboy. Mix in that changeup. Throw something now that looks to be a strike that gets out of the strike zone. Could be that back foot breaking ball. Could be a changeup that just sails off the outer half.
Move over the changeup.
Yeah. As you get older, it's what you have to do. When Jameson Taillon first got to the big league, this was one of those 100-mile-an-hour guys. You could always just reach back and get a little bit more. As you get older, it changes.
1-2. 92 up and in. For the Cubs, their first time allowing 4+ runs in the first inning at home in almost 3 years. August 28th, 2023. Another changeup. He's got that kick change primarily against lefties.
It's been a great pitch for a lot of people.
Foul ball, first base side, it just goes foul. When your fastball wasn't working, what was your bread and butter pitch to kind of get you back in a rhythm?
Well, a lot of times I would have to spin it in the strike zone and throw the fastball out of it, trying to get people to chase.
3-2.
Oh boy.
Second, Nico. 2 outs.
And what I like about that, Alex, is the fact that he used that changeup, and then was able to, you know, basically throw a fastball for a strike and get the ball on the ground. Keep it out of the air. Four seam fastball there, but I really think he was late getting to it, and he just threw the barrel of the bat at it, not able to get it in the air.
So it gets Kerry Carpenter off balance. Here's Spencer Torkelson. It's been feast or famine this year. 18 homers, but hitting .207. Our hit to third. Pedro Ramirez picks it, fires it, diving for the third out. Cubs trail 4-0, but 2 up in the bottom of the first. Pete Crow, Armstrong, Seiya Suzuki, and Michael Busch when we come back. Bottom one here at Wrigley Field. Cubs trailing 4-0. Pete Crow Armstrong leads things off for the Cubs. Here in the bottom of the first, followed by Seiya Suzuki, Michael Busch, 1, 2, 3. Middle of the order, Alex Bregman, Ian Happ, and Nico Horner. And the bottom third for the Cubs, Pedro Ramirez, Dansby Swanson, and Miguel Amaya.
Well, if you had to come back against somebody, you might want a guy that last year went 8-15, and so far this year's 3-8. There should be some offense involved.
And here we have a matchup of Harvard-Westlake High School.
They're pretty good, aren't they?
Not bad. Jack Flaherty, Pete Crow Armstrong, separated by half a decade.
But that list of major leaguers is well loaded.
Pete Crow Armstrong, a 2020 graduate, now a two-time All-Star. Takes a strike. Pete 1 for 4, opposite field double yesterday.
It's always been kind of the history of Jack Flaherty at 92, 93, 94, usually in the first inning or two. And then he's got a little bit more than that as the game goes on.
He doesn't chase. For Flaherty, his MO walks batters, but he does strike out batters. 98 Ks in 82 1/3 innings.
Hard to believe this number that I saw earlier. 18 starts, 19 now. Only 2 quality starts for the big right-hander.
Line drive low. Wow. Kevin McGonigal, what a play.
Everybody was telling us pregame about this McGonigal. Just wait till you see him. Whether he's playing short or third, wait till you see him with his at-bats. Well, right off the bat, he gives Pete Crow a little bit what Pete Crow normally gives to people, and taking a hit away. There's that Harvard Westlake, right? Man.
He's like, thought I got you. Jack's like, well, I got pretty good young shortstop right behind me. 94 from Jack Flaherty. Flaherty in his 1 start against the Cubs last season, that wasn't a strike.
Yeah, but you can't, if you're not positive this early in the game on the second pitch of your first at bat, you just can't go there.
That one also not a strike. Flaherty 1 start at Comerica Park against the Cubs on June 8th. 6 innings, 2 hits, no runs, 9 Ks. One, 2.
Got a little bit of that Ryan Dempster moving the glove around,
The
doesn't he?
fiddle.
I would think that somebody told him maybe in the first half of the season he might have been tipping some pitches, and all of a sudden his last couple of starts have been more like Jack Flaherty.
Seiya hammers it down the left field line, but it just goes foul. Big reason why the Cubs have had the surge since mid-June, early July is because the guy who's up right now, Seiya Suzuki.
There aren't many people in baseball that hit the baseball any harder than he does. This man is some kind of strong.
So they're going to miss strike 3.
Really good movement on that 4-seam fastball. It just seemed to carry up above where Suzuki thought it would come down.
So 2 up, 2 down for Flaherty. First pitch to Bush. Slow curve, just misses. Michael Bush yesterday, 3 for 5. Also homered on Saturday. You know, that home run on Saturday has been talked about a lot. One current Cubs first baseman hits it to a former Cubs first baseman in the bleachers, Anthony Rizzo. Rizzo comes up with the ball, but people are saying he didn't catch it. It doesn't count. I don't know. I'm going to give him a little credit. I think it's fine.
Baseball will find you, won't it?
He's got a magnet.
Ballesteros with his first home run right at Riz.
Well, that one he dropped. This one, was a little low. He reached down. He got it off the carom, or a fan directed it to him.
I know one thing. When he was playing first base, he didn't drop anything.
None.
It doesn't matter now.
We also didn't have a baby in his hand while playing first base.
Yeah. You're much better off dropping the ball.
I got your wrist.
Oh, it was so good to see Riz. He's so happy right now, and well deserved with all the great things he accomplished here, and just a great person that he is.
Half-hearted swing and miss on a 3-1 four-seamer. In the air, deep right field. Goes foul. Into the seats.
Flaherty's been around long enough to know when you have a 4-0 lead, you challenge people. Managers a lot of times they just don't want you to walk anybody. Just don't help them. Make them earn it.
Down the first baseline, diving play by Torkelson from his knees. Athletic play by Flaherty, and it gets Michael Busch. Some deep bench from the Tigers. 1-2-3 inning. To the second, Cubs trail 4-0. August 2nd, the Cubs take on the Yankees at 1:20 p.m. first. 5,000 early arriving fans, 13 and under, will receive a Wrigley Field marquee nightlight presented by Southwest Airlines. Be sure to arrive early. Tough start for the Cubs. 4-0 Tigers. And Jamison Tyone in his second inning. See Zach McKinstry, James Outman, and Kevin McGonigal. 8-9-1. First pitch. Takes a strike. One misses. So in the first inning, Kevin McGonigal flies out, Gleyber Torres single, Colt Keith double, Riley Green homer, Dylan Dingler homer. But Tyone gets the final 2 out in the first. Fires a curveball that just misses there.
It all started out with a bloop. Torres is going to be swinging. He's always been an aggressive offensive player. A little bloop in front of Pete Crow.
Fly ball left field. And half at the track makes the catch. Now J-Mo's retired 3 straight and just starting to get reacclimated. Beautiful night here at Wrigley Field. Great Monday night crowd. 30-minute weather delay. And just with the crowd tonight, Sud, and weekend festivities, the atmosphere really unparalleled.
Nobody else does this. I mean, the Cubs aren't in first place right now. It's a Monday night. I mean, most ballparks maybe half full, right? What if this was at Comerica right now? It wouldn't be a crowd like this. I think it's on the heels of an unbelievable weekend. A lot of people were out here for the games. It's like this is the place to be.
Call third strike, ring him up, sit him down. Nice changeup from Jameson Taillon, and he strikes out James Albert.
I don't know what it was that Tommy Hotovy told the big right-hander, but it seems to have worked. Those four have gone down since the conversation on that mound.
McGonigal takes a strike. Do you remember any
Previous pitches called
pitchers meetings? And before we get to that, ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Pitches the ball. Detroit has 2 challenges remaining.
Challenge accepted from Kevin McGonigal. All right, do you have any, you remember any meetings at the mound of pitching coaches or players giving you certain words of wisdom?
Yeah, there were a bunch of them. And
not that you could repeat on air.
No, they're not. They're absolutely not. But, you know, sometimes you just need to slow down. Don Drysdale was the one that told me when you're scuffing a little bit and your thoughts are kind of misleading you, untie both of your shoes. You can't do that now with, you know, the pitch clock and everything. But he said if you just untie one, you're just going to hurry back up on the mound. Untie both of them and try to regroup. Think about what you need to do and get it done.
I can't tie my shoes anyway, so it doesn't matter.
There you go.
Fly ball center field. Nico Armstrong back pedals, makes the catch. 1-2-3 inning. Jameson Taillon in the second.
Welcome back to Wrigley Field, heading to the bottom of the second inning. Tigers up 4-0 right now. Alex Bregman coming to the plate. So 3 home runs in his last 5 games after struggling for the first couple months of the season. Definitely seems like he's getting going. The sentiment you hear around the clubhouse is that he was too steep to the baseball early in the season, as he's up right now. And I think with hitting a lot of the time, it's difficult to visualize exactly what steep means. So let's go back to 1968. Ted Williams science of hitting. This is a graphic that I brought up to Dustin Kelly earlier today, the hitting coach of this team. And I was like, okay, talk to me here. And he said, before I even said anything, he looked at this and goes, yes, the top is what Alex Bregman is trying to get to. The bottom is what he has been earlier this season. So the big thing to take a peek at here is the ball coming in is staying on the same plane. On the bottom, he's too steep to the ball. That blue window isn't large enough. He's not matching the plane of the incoming baseball enough to give himself enough room to do damage. And what they're trying to get him to is really understand his feels, almost make his swing a bit longer to the baseball so he's able to actualize the top there, which is matching the incoming plane of the pitch for long enough to set himself up for success. Kind of a fun wrinkle here. He's such a video-based guy. We're spending a lot of time in the cages looking at his swing in order to get him going right, Alex.
Lance, I did not have it on my broadcast bingo card that you would put up a graphic from 1968. Here's from yesterday, Alex Bregman to the bleachers.
Well, you can see how long he stayed in the strike zone there with that swing. Got a breaking ball up and out over the plate. And to Lance's point, the thing I saw the first half of the year was a lot more pop-ups than I ever saw before with Alex Bregman.
Strikes out looking. Jack Flaherty, 4 up, 4 down. Continue, Sut.
The thing I think of, and I love what Lance had there and all of that, but it's really above my head, okay? I know what I see, I know what my eyes tell me. The thing that I've seen, Alex Bregman works as hard as anybody I've ever been around, ever. I'm talking about Cal Ripken, I'm talking about Ryan Sandberg, I mean, he, from the very beginning of spring training, as you get a little bit older, I think some of that maybe needs to slow down a little bit. That's the only opinion or advice that I might have.
up left side goes foul.
Yeah, so interesting point you're bringing up there. So when I was talking to Dustin Kelly before the game, he did say that Bregman is so video-based and really tries to connect his feel to what he's seeing, that feel versus real. But it's actually been an adjustment for the coaching staff to coach a player like this because they're trying to understand what he's looking at in order to get him right. Kind of a roundabout way for these two to interact, Alex Bregman and Dustin Kelly. Been a learning process, but it seems like they're getting on the same page.
And you also have to do that on the fly for a team that's expected to win. It's not easy.
Well, and you're talking about a guy, too, that plays every day. So it isn't like you can bring him out here at 2 o'clock in the afternoon and have him hit for a half hour, which is exactly what Ian Happ did today.
Ian Happ, the first player on the field today. Going back to the early days with some tee work from the left side and from the right side.
And what's he doing? Right back up the middle. And he must have hit 10 or 12 balls into the bleachers to the opposite field. Left field bleachers hitting left-handed, right field bleachers hitting right-handed. I think what John Maley and even Craig Counsell was out there with him, I think they were trying to remind him, you don't have to pull the ball. You don't have to pull the ball to hit it hard, to hit it out.
Flaherty just misses with a fastball.
We haven't had a chance, you and I, to talk about the ABS, but I think it just shows us how good the umpires have been.
Pop up behind home plate.
I mean, we're talking about an inch or less.
They're really good.
Really, really good. I mean, I go back to Sea's at bat, and you know, he wanted to challenge that. If it's later in the game and the game's close, he would have challenged it. But early in the game, you don't want to give one up if you're not positive.
Happ draws a walk. He had a great at bat yesterday against Sebby Matthews, and he does it here in his first at bat against Jack Flaherty. Cubs get their first base runner. Nico Horner coming off of a huge series against the Twins. Called strike. Speaking of, time now for the advanced metrics powered by Nissan. Shop NissanUSA.com. 8 for 13, a triple, 5 runs batted in, 4 hits on Saturday, tied a career high, 4 RBI yesterday, 3 of them coming on a bases clearing, in quotations, triple.
Talk about a guy that needed that all-star break. This might be him.
For guys who are struggling, for hitters, for pitchers, how big is that all-star game for them just to unwind, not come to the ballpark, break up the monotony of things?
When you're going really, really well, you're hoping that you're going to the all-star game. You don't want the break. You want to keep going. But you make a great point. There's times people just need to go home and realize it's a game. It's a game. Quit grinding. Quit doing things that aren't productive. And what I loved about over the weekend was he was hitting the ball from line to line. It wasn't like he was just going to the opposite field or doing one thing.
His triple was to center. He had RBI singles to left and right. A good spray chart. Two.
Well, he's doing the exact same thing that Ian Happ did. I mean, whether he gets on or not, this is what I've always looked at as a productive at bat. You're working the pitch count. I mean, when you're playing the Tigers, you want to get rid of the starter. Their starting rotation is so good.
Line drive, left field. Nico Horner stay high. Happ stops at second. Nico 1 for 1, and the Cubs are in business.
What an at bat. You work the count to 3-2. You lay off a couple of pitches that were not strikes, and then you get the breaking ball up in the zone. And I'm telling you, in my mind right now, this second half of the season, you're going to see that power come back for Nico Horner. Nico reminds me so much of a guy I rode to the ballpark with for 8 years.
Let me guess, he has number 23 on the back of his
Yeah, it's kind of all over the ballpark here.
Got it. Pop up shallow left. McGonigal back makes the catch. Pedro Ramirez pops out.
And Alex, just to finish my thought, I mean, the availability, the durability of Nico Hoerner, the quiet leadership, the offense, the defense, how he takes the extra base, his pat, he's a quiet guy, but in that dugout in the heat of the moment, if there's something needs to be said, he's one of the guys that'll say it.
Dansby Swanson steps up, 2 on, 2 out.
How about that? Jameson Taillon goes out there, has a 1-2-3 inning, settles everything down a little bit. And with one swing of the bat now, you're just down by 1 run. You got the Taillon running the on-deck circle here in the second.
Swing and a miss. Dansby Swanson, 16 homers. He tripled on Saturday.
I think he's still leading the team in RBIs, isn't he?
58. Dansby Swanson, 58 RBI. Pete Crow Armstrong, 53. Michael Busch, 52. Seiya Suzuki, 48. A balanced bunch.
There's some length to that lineup. There's a lot of power in the 9-hole, usually every day. How about that? How about that take right there? That pitch with a lot of offensive-minded players at home plate, going to be a swing and a miss.
Credit the Cubs offense this inning, getting Jack Flaherty's pitch count up.
Look at it. Strike. No. And I love how he took it. It wasn't like did he go? Did he swing? He saw it all the way.
Get out to center. Outman, he's back. He's at the wall. He makes the catch. Right in front of the ivy. Dansby gave it a ride. A deep fly out. 2 scoreless for Flaherty. 4-0 Tigers. Fast play from the Illinois Lottery. Download the Illinois Lottery app to play today. Third inning of work for Jameson Taillon. Just foul third base side. Gleyber Torres.
You think he wasn't sitting on a fastball? Put a little spin on it, a little lack of velocity, get him out front, get ahead in the count.
Cutter from Jameson Taillon, and spins a breaking ball there for a strike.
I think even Jameson would admit he got away with a hanging breaking ball there. All right, something in the zone that gets out.
It's a good pitch. 80-mile-per-hour sweeper that Torres flares foul.
That's so frustrating as a pitcher.
I can see it on your face.
You don't deserve another pitch. You should go sit down right now.
Backside flailed out.
Yeah, throwing the bat. Get it out there a little bit further.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back sweepers from Taillon, and his second strikeout of the game.
Little bit different sweeper here, though. Take a look at the tilt right at the end. It's not flat. It's got some downward movement just to get down below and away from that swing. It's almost like he committed himself. I think Gleyber thought he was coming in with a heater because he flew that left leg wide open. I like it. Showing that fastball up and away. Now showing the changeup and get a ground ball to second.
It's a ground ball to the second base side. Fielded by the shortstop who fires to first. You're pretty close there, son.
It's just, I've been that guy. I've been the older guy that didn't have that good fastball anymore, and he had to start finessing people. And I mean, Jameson Taillon has the ability to do that and do it for another 3 or 4 more years.
Called strike.
Previous pitch is called a strike. The hitter's challenge.
ABS is powered by T-Mobile.
Pitch is a strike. Detroit has 1 challenge remaining.
That's what I'm talking about right there. What difference does the first pitch of the at-bat make? Is it worth a challenge where you get to a point later on in the ballgame and you don't have any? No.
Steady diet of off speed here to Riley Green. And look, if you get Jameson Taillon's arsenal, it's a 6-pitch mix, and you want to be able to establish with your fastball, but the majority of the damage done against him this year is on the heater.
Yeah.
That's a great sequence. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings for J-Mo. Road to Wrigley Live, presented by Prevagen, featuring whip-around coverage across the entire Cubs minor league system. Don't miss it, Thursday at 6 p.m. A picturesque night at Wrigley Field. Cubs down 4-0. And here against Jack Flaherty, Miguel Amaya starts things off in the third. Miguel Amaya, 3 homers this season, hitting around 300 in the month of July. And a big hit in Saturday's victory for the Cubs against the Twins. Ball out of play. An underrated part of this Cubs season, reason for the success, is the stability they've had behind the plate with both Carson Kelly and Miguel Amaya.
And it was one of the big keys last year as well, as you know. You know what the numbers were back in 2024 from behind the plate. And that's just offense. That ain't talking about how they can catch and throw and frame.
That's a part of Miguel Amaya's game that has improved throughout his big league career. Coming up in the Cubs system, #1 prospect at one point, but known for the offense. It's the framing, it's the throwing that has gotten so much better.
And there's a lot of offensive potential here. He just hadn't really tapped into it yet.
He's at his moments. At one of the biggest home runs of the season in 2025. Against the Dodgers here at Wrigley Field. It's back in April.
Now, you saw the little flinch there on that fastball that was clearly a ball. That wasn't what Dansby did. You know, Dansby hung in there and he knew right away. You just hope he doesn't chase the breaking ball here with a 3-2 count.
Flair left field, and Miguel Amaya leadoff single.
Let me correct myself. Let's hope he does chase the breaking ball. Okay? Yeah. Dansby just missed hitting a 3-run homer in the last inning, right on the warning track at the 400 mark in dead center field. He just, you know, he wasn't seeing the ball real well, but he's so big and so strong. I mean, that's with one hand he's hitting the ball into the outfield.
Pete Crow Armstrong line out first at bat. Pop up left side. McGonigal. 1 out. Amaya stays at first. And so far, pair of hits against Flaherty. This is outside.
Suzuki had an outstanding weekend. Walked a couple of times, hit in all 3 games, had a couple of hits on Saturday. How about this? He's hit in 8 straight.
Hit in the air, center field. Outman races back. He's at the wall, and it is gone. Make that a hit in 9 consecutive games. Seiya says, see ya. 16th homer of the year. 2-run shot comes on the board in the 3rd.
This home run replay is brought to you by Toyota, the official vehicle of your Chicago Cubs. That is a big, strong man. 400, not a problem. And all of a sudden now, you forget about that first inning. It's a 2-0 ball game. You go right back to work with a lot of baseball left.
Cut the deficit in half. That is such easy power.
I'm telling you, Suzuki would be a guy that I constantly pitched in. You want to know why? I don't want him hitting it back at me. He hits it too hard. I tell my third baseman, you need to back up, bud, because he's coming your way.
He does certain things with certain swings that no other player in this lineup can do. And that's including Pete. Three-one. Sky high, center field. Outman at the wall. It's gone. Back to back. Seiya Suzuki 2-run shot, and Michael Busch a solo blast. 13th of the year. It's a 1-run game. Cubs down 4-3.
This home run is brought to you by Hefty strength you can trust. Yeah, work the count, lay off a couple of difficult pitches, get one out, out over the plate, and another souvenir into the bleachers at Wrigley Field.
I want more home runs just to hear you do the hefty read again. You say it with so much enthusiasm. You're like a 6-year-old.
That enthusiasm comes from this crowd. Can you hear him?
Oh,
can you feel him?
Bunch,
yeah.
Baby. Up left side. Got a foul ball.
That right there is exactly what Lance was explaining and what he was talking to Dustin Kelly about and what we've seen. I don't remember Alex Bregman popping up, even though thankfully it was a foul ball in that situation, but there's just a little something that's off in his swing that needs to get back in line like it was the first half of the year a year ago with Boston.
Line foul. Turning into a little home run derby here at Wrigley Field early on. Tigers go back-to-back in the first. Riley Green, Dylan Dingler. Cubs go back-to-back in the third. Seiya Suzuki, Michael Busch.
I'm going to guess, I don't know, 20 to 25 miles an hour.
High fly ball right field. Wind blowing in from right. McKinstry makes the catch. Got the wind blowing out to center and left center. Ian half up. Jack Flaherty, 2 home runs allowed tonight. in this inning. 1 home run allowed combined over his last 7 starts. This is the peak of the Cubs offense. You go down 4-0, but top to bottom in the order, whether it's seeing pitches, drawing walks, power, just an ability to come back in games. Knuckle curve taken for a strike. Offliner, shallow left. Green, long run, makes the catch. And it ends the bottom of the 3rd, but the Cubs get on the board with not 1 but 2 homers. Seiya Suzuki, 2-run shot. Next at bat, Michael Busch, solo blast, 4-3 game. Top 4 here at Wrigley. Tigers leading 4-3. Cubs just scored their first 3 runs of the game. 2-run shot, Seiya Suzuki, solo blast, Michael Busch. And Jameson Taillon after a rocky first. 1-2-3 second, 1-2-3 third. And faces Dylan Dingler to start the 4th. You see any differences between Taillon early and Taillon now?
I see a little better pace, a little better rhythm to his delivery. And that kind of tap with his foot.
Hit up the middle. And a leadoff single for Dylan Dingler.
And I definitely don't want to jinx him by talking about what he's doing well. But this is something that you remember, Alex, in spring training, he did a late lab, like right at the end of camp, because he wasn't happy with the spin rate and the way things were coming out, his command. And him and Tommy Hotovy figured it out that as he taps that foot, now he won't do it with a man on. But by tapping that foot a couple of times rather than just one real quick one, all of a sudden he was able to get the ball down and keep it out of the air.
Sinker called strike. Sinker to lefties, using a little bit more this year than last year, about 10% of the time. Foul.
And just for some of the younger fans who are out there that might not understand the difference between the 2 and a 4-seam. 4-seam, you better have some velo to it. You need to get it by people or have it in a great spot. When you throw a good 2-seamer that has some downward movement, you really don't. You're Greg Maddux. You don't have to locate it. You just have to keep it from getting in the air.
Son, if I were ever to write a book on baseball, it'd be called Death of the 2-seamer, because they don't call it a 2-seamer anymore. They call it a sinker.
Yeah.
When did that happen? I think it was after you played, but before you started broadcasting this game.
I didn't have a 2-seamer. I wished I would have on days like this.
With a stiff wind to left, try to keep the ball down. Lance Rosowski, what do we got?
Yeah, you guys talking about 2-seamers here. I was talking with Taillon after yesterday's game. One of the big things that he wants to incorporate more is that sinker to both lefties and righties. He just thinks, especially versus right-handed hitters, who we'll see up after Carpenter here. That's a nice little changeup right there.
Yeah,
but you see the sinker in particular for him just allows him to keep balls on the ground, allows him to kind of neutralize contact and avoid the barrels. But this is the kick change grip. Sut, have you ever thrown anything like this? This is a pretty modern concept, no?
I didn't really have a changeup, okay? Because I wanted to throw a split finger fastball like Mike Bilecki did, but my fingers are just too fat. And nobody back then, nobody talked about the kick change because it's between your index finger and your ring finger. And you just couldn't. I couldn't get my fingers wide enough to get the movement that Bilecki got on his forkball, split finger, whatever you want to call it. But this kick change, I'm telling you, my 13-year-old writer, I mean, he's throwing it, And it's probably as good as the one Jameson throws. Attaboy. I love how he got Carpenter after the home runs. Hotovy came out, started using the changeup, got the ground ball with it, and on the strikeout to Carpenter with that changeup, he made it look like a strike, and it ended up with the movement out of the zone to get the swing and miss.
Wide foul. Fastball at 93 for Tyone.
That's one of the better ones tonight, isn't it? Here's Lance was talking about him using that two-seamer in. I think that's the pitch to throw right now. He was late on a fastball away. Get it in there on him.
But with a borderline sweeper. Well, there's two ways to throw that sinker. You either get it on the hands of a righty or try to backdoor it. Start it in the batter's box and let it hit.
Yes.
Outside corner against a righty.
You don't really need it to sink with a right-hander. You just need it to run in off the barrel of the bat.
That was an uncomfortable swing and miss from Spencer Torkelson.
It was just a really, really good breaking ball once again. Look at the late movement to that thing. And we got to keep an eye on the pitch count for Jameson, because Craig Counsell told us before the game he was thinking 70 to 75.
He's at 56 right now, 3 2/3 innings.
Jameson Tyone has thrown more breaking balls tonight than he might have in a whole month back when he first got to the big leagues and could throw 100.
Yard to second. Nico Hoerner to first. And it ends the fourth. 3 consecutive scoreless innings for Jameson Tyone. 4-3 Cubs trail.
Cubs are crawling back after the Tigers put up a 4 spot in the first inning. Now 4-3 heading into the bottom of the fourth. Was chatting some hitting with Nico Hoerner before this game as he's set to step into the batter's box right now. He gave me a really good quote that I wanted to throw back to you guys. He said, "The most maddening part of hitting is feeling the same but looking different, or looking the same but feeling different. That feel versus real is really important for hitters." Nico Hoerner, 10 games before the break, 263 average. He's now 9 for his last 14 since the All-Star break. A lot of talk of feel real with hitters, and Hoerner seems to be getting back on track.
Nico Hoerner leads things off. Feel versus real. Whatever Nico Hoerner's doing right now, keep doing it. Pop up right side. Torkelson makes the catch, just not during that at bat.
The 2026 Nissan Frontier, with Ward's most awarded V6 engine in the last 30 years. Nissan, Consumer Guide's most awarded brand 5 years in a row. Get 0% APR for 60 months on select Frontier trends.
So 1 up, 1 down in the fourth. Pedro Ramirez takes a strike.
You've seen more of him than I have. I saw a lot of him in spring training. I love this guy. I love the passion. I love the defense, the offense, the versatility. But just being in the dugout this spring, he reminds me of Pablo Sandoval. Remember back with the Giants? Bruce Bochy told me, he said, "You got to go talk to that kid." He goes, "There's a contagious joy to him." That's what Ramirez was like in the dugout until it came time to play.
Swing and a miss. What's not to like about Pedro Ramirez? 22 years old, switch hitter, a Gold Glove minor leaguer, and putting up the best offensive season of his career. He started off in AAA, tore the cover off the ball. Up in the big leagues, and
he's 22. He just finished his senior year in college, maybe his junior year.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. Pedro for 2 tonight. Dansby Swanson last at bat to the middle of the warning track in center field.
That would have got him over 60 RBIs, wouldn't it? He needs one right now to get there.
He went on the hot streaks of hot streaks. 3 multi-home run games in a span of 8 days. 2 home runs, 1 game here against the Padres, 3 home runs the next game. Miss.
Showing a lot of patience on that breaking ball with the first 2 pitches. Got a little bit out in front of himself there. I wouldn't be surprised if he got a heater here. Maybe up in the zone, maybe something you could hit out to right center. I forgot to ask him about his mouth. Remember the deflection that came off his hand?
Got it, yeah.
It hit him in there.
Seems to be okay.
Look out behind you.
Oh, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, you don't want to go anywhere. The top of the 5th is going to be a lot of fun.
Sut, the people you know. The people you know. Don't wait. Wrigley Field experiences are still available for the September 12th game. VIP packages include game tickets, a pregame reception, a tour and a meet and greet with a current Cubs player. Learn more at Cubs.com/Wrigley Field Experience. So I want to be you when I grow up. The Adventures of Rick Sutcliffe, man.
Dude, I just turned 70. You don't take your time. You got a lot of time to get there. I didn't know this.
Okay.
All right, I'm not going to say his name until he sits down, but sure, great football player, to be Hall of Famer, all of that, but a huge Cub fan.
That's a tease right there.
I mean, loved coming to Wrigley and drinking beer, which he's doing right now.
What could be better?
Well, it could be better with a 1-run lead right now and a 2-run homer from Amaya. Come on, kid. Don't quit on it. Come on. Battle. Make him throw you a strike. There's a lot of room for a ground ball to go to right field.
Dansby jumps in safely. Wrigley crowd does not approve.
What's Dansby? 13 for 13 in stolen bases?
He's on pace for another 2020 season.
He picks his spots.
You brought up a stat earlier, Jack Flaherty, surprising that he only has 2 quality starts. More than likely won't get one today. 81 pitches through 3 2/3. Dansby off. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So a scoreless 4th for Jack Flaherty. We're about to have some fun in the top of the 5th. Don't go anywhere. Something with Rick Sutcliffe and Pro Bowl tight ends. George Kittle at Iowa, stud. George Kittle on the 49ers, stud, 7-time Pro Bowler, and George Kittle joins us in the booth
Absolutely.
Did I lead that up correctly?
Yeah, that was good. It was a decent promo.
I appreciate that. Thanks
As
so
you know,
much.
there's more.
Yeah, there's a couple things, but it's fine. I don't know. I'm just here for the Cubbies tonight. That's all I'm here for.
We are here. Alex Call, Rick Sutcliffe, and noted Chicago Cubs fan.
Absolutely.
George Kittle. How did that come?
I grew up in Iowa. My dad said, "Hey, we're Bears fans, and you're a Cubs fan." I said, "Sir, yes, sir." And here I am. I grew up drinking beers in the bleachers, so happy to be back.
Moral of the story: listen to your dad.
Listen to your dad. Listen to your mom. Two things that work out most of the time.
Do you remember your first game at Wrigley Field?
Oh my gosh, no! I think I was like 7 years old, so I don't remember it too much. But I do remember I had a nice doubleheader here a couple years ago. Actually, when me and my wife first got engaged. First game was in the bleachers, and then our second game was out in the outfield at Wrigley Rooftops. Fantastic
You did
time.
it the right way.
It was great, and I think they won both games.
Do you have a Cubweiser shirt on?
I literally bought it. It was right next to the fire station. Guy was son. He said, "Hey, T-shirt's $20." I said, "It's absolutely." And then I got a Firehouse T-shirt from the guys right across the street too. I'm rolling deep on T-shirts in my pockets, boys. What do we need? We got Firehouse 78.
I don't know if you're wearing multiple layers tonight.
Oh, absolutely not. It's warm.
Yeah.
No.
Toasty.
They're just in my pockets. That's all I'm doing. Oh my God.
I see you came in with the boss too, Crane Kinney.
Oh yeah, no. You know what? I was in New York City. I was hanging out there for
What were you doing there?
World Cup.
Oh,
I was up there.
Is that it? Just the World Cup?
I was up there for the World Cup. Saw my guy Noah Khan perform, who was just in Wrigley last week. Crushed it as he always does. And just happened to hang out with the CEO of Anheuser-Busch, my guy Brendan. And he's like, "Hey, we're going to the Cubs game. You want to go?" And I said, "Absolutely. Can't wait to go." So now here I'm at a Cubs game.
And now you can tell them all about it. Now you can show them around.
Oh, dude, I've been getting a great tour today. I didn't know underneath the stadium they did like the bunker suites.
Yep.
I've not been here since that. That's beautiful.
All for safety.
Did you go in the clubhouse at all?
Yeah, clubhouse
cool
is
is
beautiful. Great time.
I'm telling you, that's everything about the changes that they've made here. But that clubhouse is designed to win.
Oh, it is.
You saw the batting cages and the videos and all that?
Beautiful. I was watching our guy, who's number 4?
At Pete Crew
Armstrong?
PCA.
Yep.
PCA.
Yeah, I was watching him take some cuts. I was like, no, he was like, "You want to get in here?" I was like, "I hit people, not football, not baseballs for a living." People.
That's a good motto, right?
Now, I tested you when you came in. We know you can catch a football.
I can.
I threw a baseball at you.
Did. No, I have it. It's
No
dude,
problem.
I'm ready. Oh, dude. I can catch. I'm not much of a, don't put a bat in my hands, man.
Did you play baseball growing up?
I gave up in 6th grade because I got really bored in the outfield. I didn't have the attention span for it.
Neither did I. That's why I'm up here and you're on the football field. Makes total sense.
Yeah, I thoroughly enjoy baseball games. And like I said, the bleachers are my favorite place to watch any sport. But
Not here, but the bleachers.
Right over there.
Oh, gotcha. Left center.
Put me in the outfield. I'll have a great time, I promise.
You know, it's funny. I watched my 8-year-old grandson play baseball. And when he's in the outfield, he's doing cartwheels. And
he's looking for dandelions. He's like, "Oh, what's that?"
That is exactly
Yeah,
right. Well, there's no action. There's nothing happening out there.
Exactly. But in that day, there's one kid on the team that can hit the ball to the outfield. And so you're just kind of sitting there. I played a lot of third base. I enjoyed that. I caught
corner.
I really enjoyed catcher because you're involved in every single
play. Every play. Did you get on the bump at all?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, a little bit?
Oh, a little bit. I was very, very, very below average at pitching.
And very
Don't
honest.
sell yourself short.
No, but I was outfield and catcher. I excelled at that. I could run and catch a ball. I could do that. I brought good energy every single day. But that's leave it to the professionals. I sit in the stands, drink a beer, watch them, eat a good hot dog.
It does seem to be the common denominator there. You enjoy the concessions.
I do that.
So I'm going to get an opportunity to do that at the University of Iowa.
Yes, you are. I heard about
invited
this.
to go to Iowa State, Iowa.
Is it at Iowa or at Iowa?
It's at Iowa.
Ooh, Kinnick Stadium. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
Sold out crowd.
There, do they?
Couple beers. Just a couple.
Will they be giving me T-shirts? Can I collect T-shirts while I'm there and all that?
You could probably do whatever you want there. They're going to let you do it.
I have an important question for you.
Yes.
Is there beer in heaven?
No, you got to drink it here. Gosh, what a great song. I get really excited every time I listen to that song.
It brings a smile to your face.
Oh, dude. There's no beer. You got to drink it here, man.
You've got to.
And then when we're gone from here, our friends will be drinking all the beer. So you might as well drink it.
Songbird of our generation.
Oh my gosh, dude, it's so good. I have a complaint about that song now.
You do?
So I have a rookie. He's actually in his 2nd year. His name's Connor Colby from the University of Iowa, offensive lineman. And it's my first Iowa teammate on the San Francisco 49ers since C.J. Beathard in 2020. So I've gone 6 years, 5 years, no teammates from Iowa. getting kind of bored. I miss my guys. He gets there, and one of the first things I ask him, like, hey, man, how great is he in Heaven There Is No Beer song? He goes, what song is that?
Oh, no.
And I said, you played at Iowa for 5 years and you don't know the song they sing after every single win? He was like, no, I never heard it. I'm like, did you guys not win when you were there? Like,
I think that's a good question.
like, Connor, what are we doing, bud?
I can't wait to hear it.
Oh,
I want to hear it. That's the only place to hear it, right?
No, I know, exactly. Now when I get to see him, I'm going to record him singing the song and I'll send it to you guys.
I can't wait.
I know. This game started off a little cold. Now it's gotten better.
Yes. Cubs were down 4-0. Then back-to-back homers in the third.
That was fun to watch.
You were not sitting in the bleachers during those homers.
No, I was down here, though. I was watching. I see my seats. They're great seats. What I'm really looking for, I'm looking for Barstool Big Cat, section 26.
Wow.
So I'm looking for.
That's your guy.
Oh, I love. He's fantastic. But he just got his 50-50 raffle check. Were you guys watching that?
No.
Yeah. He won the raffle. Oh, there he is. Barstool Big Cat.
Hi, Dan.
Daniel. Wow, what a great guy. Season tickets right there in section 26. Go down there, guys. Get a photo. Get an autograph. He's the man.
He's looking at his phone blowing up right now.
Oh, I know. I know. We're going to go find him after this.
Is there a post-game plan? Do you have one yet?
Post-game?
Yeah, do you need one?
Oh, whatever he tells me to do usually.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever Sud tells you.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you look like a very trustworthy guy.
I'm a decent guy to know in this town. Yeah.
That's literally, Travis Kelsey, he texted me, he goes, hey, my guy told me that you're at Wrigley. You should go say what's up to him. I said, absolutely, Travis.
Well, it's not I got a guy, it's my guy.
It is.
My guy, Rick Sud.
He did.
No,
Travis said it was his guy.
Yeah. He's our guy.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that. Right?
I know. He said he was jealous. He was like, I got to get to Wrigley. Well, we'll be back next year.
He's been invited, and I wanted him to come this Sunday. Now, he's going to be busy. You know what's going on with the weekend.
Yep.
Blah, blah, blah. I wanted him to come Sunday because I've been asked to pitch to one hitter with the Savannah Bananas. Yeah.
And it's him?
And he was my choice. But as you know, he's busy this weekend. There's some things going on.
Yes, there is.
So I don't know. Maybe Mark Grace or somebody will try to get hit. I don't know.
That'd be awesome.
Are you available?
No, I work.
Oh, okay.
Work starts for us on Saturday, so this is my last hurrah. I know I was actually supposed to be in California tonight, but I got invited to the Cubs game instead. I said, all right, sounds good.
That's all we need to know right there.
Oh.
That's what Alex and I were talking about pregame. It's a Monday night, okay?
Look at this place.
It is Monday.
Exactly.
What a beautiful place to be.
Gentlemen, we have a pitching change, but we're going to stay here.
Oh, yeah. What do you guys want to do?
That's because you're a really big deal.
No, what are you talking about?
We normally go make some money with commercials and all that, but no. We're getting told to stay here.
We can make some money right now. What ad do I need to read right now?
Well, you just need
Cubweiser. Like I said, hey, I'm on brand, man.
You are.
That's what I do. I do that very well.
So from Iowa City, it's about like a 3.5-hour drive to Chicago?
2.5.
2.5? Okay.
Easy.
With a heavy foot?
Yeah, that was my dad. Heavy foot.
Tell me about your dad.
Oh, Bruce?
Do you play sports?
My dad actually, so he played at the University of Iowa. He was a football player and he wrestled. So he won a national championship. Wow. He was the backup heavyweight. But really, I mean, more importantly, my mom's a 2-sport Hall of Fame athlete in Iowa high school.
Stop it.
Softball and basketball.
What high school?
She went to Mount Union, Iowa, just south of Iowa City.
I've called some Iowa women's basketball games for high school. I've done that.
Yeah, no, she averaged, that's back when they played like 6-on-6, the 3-on-3 stuff.
Yeah.
And she averaged, I think, her batting average, not batting average. She scored 42 points a game.
What a baller.
Yeah, she was pretty good. And then her batting average in high school was over 500.
Get her on the field.
She's
Take
a stud.
the max. All right, I have a job for you to do. I want you to look at this monitor.
Oh, yeah,
and I want you to read this card for me.
All right. Hey, Cubs fans, book your roster spot at the Cubs Fantasy Camp at Sloan Park. Live the big league dream with Cubs alumni and pro instruction. Get full clubhouse access, play daily games, and get a shot at a championship game on the main field. Visit Cubs.com/fantasy camp to learn more. Enjoy yourselves. You guys are having a great time. Go out to the fantasy camp for the Cubs.
You earn your keep. You crushed.
You know what? I'm going to leave now.
It's me and George's broadcast? Okay, fine.
I've been doing this for 30 years. They don't even let me try that one.
Just give me the script. I read very well. Read very well. Hey, 4-time academic, all Big Ten at the University of Iowa.
No big deal.
I can read.
Whoa.
What's not? I was no all Big Ten football teams, but I was an all academic big guy.
And self-aware too.
Very. I know what I'm good at.
You know.
Are we reading another one? Please let me read one more.
There you go.
We have a pitching change, so you can do this read right here.
Guys, the Cubs have just changed the pitcher, and this pitching change is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time.
That's perfect. It's never been done better.
2 for 2 with 2 homers here from George Kittle.
Hey, I'm having a great time out here. That was our last pitcher. That was his first game back in like a while, right?
It was Jamison Tyone.
You know, hey, it looked shaky at first, but I'm glad they just persevere. It's gonna be tough. No, it's gonna be tough sometimes, and he pitched great after that.
Ryan Rollison in, and a pinch hitter up.
Ooh.
Here for the Tigers, Hao-Yu Lee. 2 on, 1 out. We are having some fun up here in the booth. Drive over the head of Dansby and into left field. It's picked up by Happ, fires it into second. Holds the runners though. Almost a tag.
Bases juiced.
At second and the base is loaded.
Cubs get really fortunate right there. The ball was hit so hard that the runner didn't know if Dansby could come up with it or not. He had to freeze. Ian Happ got to it well, and that's what happens when you got a left fielder that's won 4 straight Gold Gloves. He got it in as quick as he could, and still an opportunity to get that double play here.
Happ gets it in quickly. So now left on left.
I thoroughly enjoy listening to color commentary and watching it live. It's very fun.
Previous pitch is called a ball to catcher's challenge.
And now you get to see your first ABS challenge.
What are your guys' thoughts on ABS? Brought to you by T-Mobile?
Love it.
By T-Mobile.
T-Mobile is a sponsor of my podcast with my wife.
Look at the synergy.
Give them all the love you want. Go ahead.
We love T-Mobile.
The call is overturned. Nice job, Miguel Amaya.
Love the ABS. Love it. If you have a chance to get it right, do it, right?
Yeah, why not?
Easy.
Yes, they do a good job of making it quick.
They do. It's interactive because it's on the scoreboard, and what it shows, and me and Sut were talking about this, is the umpires really are so good.
They are. I think they're doing a great job.
You're talking about 100 miles an hour within an inch. Most of them are outstanding.
1-1. Swing and a miss.
The ABS really makes me think, though, like, let's just say you had ABS back in like 1970s. How many games would that have changed?
Son?
Why did you look at me when
somebody who's...
I won the Rookie of the Year in 1970.
Did you? Hell yeah, look at me. What a great year. ABS is powered by T-Mobile.
Ground ball to first. Throw home, they get the lead runner. Pump it back to first. It's dropped by Amaya, then picked up by Pedro Ramirez. Crisis averted.
Whoa. That was scary.
Honestly, I thought it was a double play right off the bat. Michael Bush is outstanding at first base. He picks up the ball and he gets it home there. Get the throw down there. I think he got a little bit, he tried to hold on to it because the runner was in the baseline, and I don't think he felt like he had a good enough angle to make a good throw without it getting away.
I agree 100% with that.
Maybe trying to deke a runner at third as well.
Ooh.
96.
A little cheddar right there.
That was nice. I enjoyed that. Let's do that again.
It's a 96-mile-per-hour painted fastball. Why not?
I couldn't hit it.
We can agree to disagree, right? I think he's going to spin it here. I think he's going to throw a little breaking ball.
But heater.
Right, you were right.
Dylan Dingler 2 for 2 tonight.
How about that? 61 RBIs at the All-Star break for a catcher. That's normally a good year.
61, crazy.
Huge moment right here.
Woo.
1 ball, 2 strikes after that fastball. Crowd on their feet. George Kittle clapping. Everybody up.
Let's go, boys.
The 1-2. Line drive caught by Nico. Everybody happy. Outstanding.
Let's go, boys.
That's a scoreless inning. George Kittle, that was fun. Thanks so much for coming on. Really appreciate it.
That was fantastic.
Thank you, brother.
Got some stress, but we got out of it clean.
I'll find you for a beer later.
Promise?
I promise.
Thanks, boys.
Bottom 5, a big top half of the 5th inning. Ryan Rollison gets Dylan Dingler with the bases loaded. Lines out to Nico Horner. He's pumped, and guess what? We're pretty pumped as well. Slap hands.
You know what? He was right on with the heater. After the first fastball, he wanted more gas. He just kept getting it. I thought he might spin a breaking ball to that back foot, but doesn't matter how you get it. Just get it.
Pitching change is brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. Drew Sommers relieves Jack Flaherty. Get a no decision. Sommers making his 18th appearance.
Alex, some of those at-bats we talked about earlier, the guys drawing walks, the 3-2 counts and everything, led to this situation where you get to the part of the bullpen as the Cubs that you want to get into. They're okay at the end of it. They got a guy named Kenley Jansen down there. Let's just let him pitch like maybe on Thursday or Friday. He doesn't need to pitch this year.
Third baseman for the Tigers, Hao-Yu Lee. PCA first at bat, line out to short. Great play by Kevin McGonigal. Second at bat, a pop out.
He's just playing with so much confidence now.
High drive, foul ball.
We were talking to manager Craig Counsell before the game about, you know, he's scuffling a little bit right now. What's your thoughts? And he goes, hold on a minute. He goes, he's not really scuffling. It's like 280, okay? I mean, it's what he did in June, and then he mentioned two names, Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig.
Lead company, jam shot to second. Torres picks it up, fires to first, and just gets PCA. All right, how far did it fly? Brought to you by American Airlines. Seiya Suzuki, 419 feet for his 16th home run of the season. Score your next flight at AA.com.
That's why 40,000 people showed up. They weren't worried about that 4-0 lead. This is an elite offense.
If you look at the Cubs' offensive stats, and despite the struggles in May, they are top 10 in virtually every major statistical category in baseball.
There's just action every inning, whether it's a walk or a base hit or whatever it might be.
And we know that they're really patient. They get on base a lot, on the top 3 in walks and OBP all season long. But they're starting to hit more homers now, 9th in baseball. Slugging percentage, 9th in baseball. This guy, a big reason why.
That was a big loss early in the season when he hurt his knee in that World Baseball Classic. 100 RBI, man, a year ago.
Three-one delivery. Ball 4. Time now for the Motorola Razor replay. Cubs hit back-to-back homers in the 3rd, and the second of those back-to-back homers, Michael Bush. Second homer of the homestand, 13th of the year, and a face full of sunflower seeds.
You know, I spent the weekend with a guy named Anthony Rizzo.
Oh, yeah?
And that's what I'm seeing in Michael Bush. The numbers we saw last year were uncanny to what Anthony Rizzo did in his career. Both of the guys are tremendously athletic. I mean, even for big first basemen, they can run the bases. They can defend down there. They pick up balls in the dirt. They have no problem with left-handed pitching. Look at this. I was just thinking about him and how they were comparing him handling left-handed pitching and the strides that he's made this year. Look at the career average as of what Michael Busch did last year. And remember, Michael Busch's career just got started a year ago.
That's pretty uncanny. The breakout season in 2025. This year started off slow. But since the middle of April, WRC plus of around 140. Look at the OPS this season, 782. That's a really good take.
How many times did Anthony Rizzo do that? Knowing that strike zone. And Michael Busch is he's just going to get better.
Pop up left side. Keith and Dingler chase, and they run out of room.
I think the thing that I have seen that's improved the most is how he handles left-handed pitching and how he's cut down his chase rate. Remember when Anthony would choke up and get right on top of the plate and beg you to hit him? I'm not a proponent of that because it hurts. But
Trying to get Summers to engage. Two balls, two strikes. Busch stays left. Oh, look at the best friends. Big Cat, Kittle, Crane Kenny. What a trio. You never know what's going to happen on a night at Wrigley Field in the summer.
we got to give Travis Kelce a little love. When we saw him down on the field before the game and him going to the clubhouse, I text Travis and I said, "Hey man, your boy's here." And
there's Travis. There's Travis. He's here. Speak now.
You might be watching right now. There you go.
Check swing went around. Strikes out swinging. Fastball up and in. And now 2 outs at the bottom of the 5th.
Tell you what, this is some really good velocity right now. He can spin it. Look at that 3/4 angle there. And that's that two-seam fastball we were talking about with Jameson. How, you know, every now and then he's got to run that in on a right-handed hitter. And he will more and more.
Bregman tonight 0 for 2.
Kind of in the danger zone here. If for the Detroit Tigers, you're taking a chance. You saw how careful he was with Suzuki in the walk. Another right-handed hitter.
Line foul back at the screen.
Obviously, the reason he's the left-handed pitcher still in the game is because you got Ian Happ in the on-deck circle, and most teams would prefer Happer trying to hit from the right side than the left.
Check swing. One, two. Round at the third, hits off the glove of Lee, and everybody's safe.
I would imagine that the Tigers manager A.J. Hinch is he's okay with this. All right, he didn't hit a 2-run homer. I mean, A.J. Hinch, he knows Alex Bregman well. Their days together in Houston, all the success they had down there. This is the matchup he wanted. Well, you know what? At 3 o'clock today, Ian Happ was out here working on this swing from the right side. Let's see if something happens to the opposite field.
Swing and a miss. A single for Bregman. Tipped it, throw back to second, and they got him. Seiya gets thrown out at second. A dart from Dylan Dingler. Craig Counsell looks. Nope. And it ends the bottom of the fifth. Cubs down by 1. Play mound ball presented by Tasty Trade. If the ball stays on the mound, Cubs season ticket holder Andrew Dalkin will win the $1,000 Tasty Trade jackpot. Stay on, it did, and he won. Congrats to Andrew for winning tonight's edition of Mound Ball, presented by Tasty Trade. Stocks, options, futures, crypto. A lot of checks this weekend. Nice toss by Trip Gibson. Ryan Rollison got a huge out in the 5th. Bases loaded. Got Dylan Dingler to line out to end the inning. Tigers all 4 runs coming in the 1st. Cubs, there are 3 runs coming in the 3rd. Alex Cohen, Rick Sutcliffe, Lance Brozdowski, and George Kittle. Chicago sports enjoyer. Love me some George Kittle in the Cubs booth. Healing is mutual. George Kittle loved being here up in the Cubs booth as well. It's a ball of energy.
I would have to say he's always invited. We'll take all we can get.
Pop up in the infield. Swanson makes the catch. All right, Cubs fans, visit Cubs Trending inside the Marquee Sports app for all the top highlights, interviews, and must-watch moments all season long. Presented by Jeff Vukovich, your local Nationwide insurance agent. Visit jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. We always love Jeff Vuk as well.
Oh, great guy. Great guy.
A 1 count to Spencer Torkelson. Soft liner, shallow right. Long run. Seiya makes the catch. It's up 2 down for Rollison in the 6th.
I have really been impressed with Suzuki in right field this year. There was some concern about it the last couple of years, not knowing whether he could play right field at Wrigley or not. During the day, you got to deal with the sun. You got to deal with the walls. You got a lot of issues out there. Look at the jump he got on that ball. I mean, we're seeing the outfielder that we heard about over in Japan.
Gold Glover out there. A learning experience his first couple of years with the Cubs and at Wrigley. And
he's just confident now, isn't he? In all phases.
He's an above average defensive right fielder. And with the Cubs in 2025 traded for Kyle Tucker, I didn't know that would be the ascension of Seiya defensively, but Tucker here for 1 season. Seiya with a 30+ home run season. Now the primary right fielder, and he's been great. Called strike. To 1.
I was talking with Jed Hoyer yesterday during the game, talking about how you've just filled in all of the pieces. You've gone out and got left-handers. You've gone out and got right-handers. You brought over some relievers that can go multiple innings. He goes, the whole key has been how Craig Counsell has handled those relievers. Certain guys, low ball, high ball, spin rates.
Flare shallow center. Peak row. Armstrong makes the catch. What a stud.
Nobody else makes that. Back in the day, maybe Andrew Jones. That's how great he is.
Time now for the Intelligence Center, powered by CDW and AMD. Highest single season team outs above average since 2016. The Cubs are on a pace to be at the top of that list, plus 72. They're plus 44 right now, and Pete Crow Armstrong might have added to that in the top half of the inning. A spectacular catch to end the frame. We were remarking off air, it's not just like the diving catch and how fun that was to watch. It was the jump.
Well, you asked me if I saw the jump, and I went no. But the ball was coming off the bat when he was moving by the time I looked up.
Fouled away. Ian Happ from the right side has struggled this season. Majority of his damage done from the left side. Takes a 0-2 breaking ball.
It was interesting the way his batting practice started. Alex, you were sitting here with me watching as well. Was John Maley and Dustin Kelly had the tee up at the top of the zone, and that's where he's been pitched so far here tonight.
Line to left, right at Riley Green. All right, time now for the All-State Good Hands replay. It was that catch from Pete Crow Armstrong. Full head of steam with room to spare.
You got to have that kind of speed. Not everybody does. You have to make the perfect route. Not everybody does. Everything had to be. Look at that. I mean, everybody's kind of going. Dansby Swanson throwing his hands up. When you impress Dansby Swanson with something defensively, you've done something.
All right, pitching change brought to you by Lakeside Bank. Lakeside Bank, it's about time. New pitcher coming in for the Tigers at the bottom of the sixth. You can purchase Cubs Charities 50/50 raffle tickets starting at 10 a.m. through the end of the game at Cubs.com/raffle or from a raffle ambassador at Wrigley Field through the 8th inning. And fortunately, we're in the bottom of the sixth. Plenty of time. Nico Horner up. New pitcher is Jacob Wagaspak. Making his 11th appearance.
Yeah, he came over back in the middle of June, and he's been outstanding. He's only allowed a couple of runs. Both those runs were home runs that he gave up. A home run right now would be nice.
Nico Horner today 1 for 2 since the All-Star break. 9 for 15.
Wagaspak.
Wagaspak.
Okay. No.
It's like a word that you would see on the spelling bee, ESPN. It's like, what is the root of origin? Ground ball to short. McGonigal throws on a run, gets Nico.
That kid's every bit as good as advertised, huh? Got a great jump there. Knowing Nico's going to get down the line in a hurry. Knowing Nico's always going to hustle. 21 years of age, already an all-star. There's a lot of talk about Rookie of the Year.
If you look at his stats among other rookies, the best. Kevin McGonigal wins above replacement rookie leaders this season. 4-WAR player. It's July. Leads all rookies. J.J. Weatherall of the Cardinals second. Pedro Ramirez up the middle, and the rookie Pedro Ramirez with the single. Love when that works out.
Well, you talked about it earlier, being a switch hitter, not a guy that you got to pinch hit for. He's not going to be overmatched with velocity. Had an outstanding spring, did a lot of great things. I think more than anything that jumped out to me was his defense at third. It was magical down there, and they're going to find a place for him. He's going to get some at bats.
Third straight game in the starting lineup. Swing and a miss.
Fastball, cutter, change. Not an upper 90s guy thus far.
Jam shot to short. McGonigal charges. Throws, gets Swanson by half a step. Ends the bottom of the 6th. Cubs down 4-3. Beautiful shots from our Megalodon camera, powered by Nissan. Visit NissanUSA.com or your local dealer. Network is brought to you by Toyota, official vehicle of the Chicago Cubs, by Prevagen, made for the brain, and by Wintrust. Different approach, better results. New pitcher here for the Cubs in the 7th. They're down by a score of 4-3, and the new pitcher, Rick Sutcliffe, is Gavin Hollowell.
This is not a fun at bat for anybody. This 3/4 gunslinger, an outstanding breaking ball, mid to upper 90s. And that ERA just keeps going down, and those innings keep going up.
Sky high center field. Deep throw, Armstrong to the track, makes the catch. A long first out. Rick, when you walked into the clubhouse today, first player you saw was Gavin Hollowell, and
Yeah.
you like him. You're a fan.
I'm a huge fan because of what he does on them. I mean, his personality is great. I mean, he's engaging. He's a great conversation. But I just love how he's put it all together. Confident now. He's loving that new changeup that he's got. You just saw it there. That's just going to help him get away with a couple of mistake fastballs. But he's been throwing strikes, and that was the only knock against him coming into this season.
Cubs have a couple of former Rocky relievers who they signed. Now are thriving in their bullpen. One is Ryan Rollison, who got some big outs a moment ago, and the other one is Gavin Hollowell. McGonigal shoots it to left field. A base hit. This could be 2. Throw to second, and McGonigal dives in safely. So a double for Kevin McGonigal. 1 out, 2 bagger. Let's send it down to Lance Brostowski. Lance.
Yeah, Sut was mentioning how uncomfortable a look Gavin Hollowell is. I think the key reason for that is when you take a look at his arm angle. So if you watch basically the line between his shoulder and where the ball's coming out, that angle for him is only about 10 degrees. This is a really good look right here, Adam. You can see it's really low sidearm. This is lower than about 98% of pitchers in Major League Baseball. I often think of hitters creating mental maps. Basically, hey, all the pitchers I've seen in my career, when you become unique like Hollowell, I think that creates a specific complexity for a hitter where they don't normally see this angle, and as a result of that, that fastball, especially up in the zone, is very flat, very hard to get on top of.
Lance Brostowski, noted map guy.
So much deception in this delivery to go along with a lot of ability.
Well, you have the deception, you have the extension. What you can't teach is size.
No. It's kind of a little bit like Randy Johnson from the right side here. That angle that he's got. Look how well he hides the baseball.
Loaded to second over the head of Nico and into right field. Saya comes up with it, fires it quickly to home. Holds Kevin McGonigal at third.
Kind of surprised that McGonigal didn't get a better read on that. Nico was playing over towards second base to hold him on. He's a guy that could steal a bag for the Detroit Tigers, and there aren't many of those. Didn't get a great jump on it. Suzuki got all over it, came in, hit the cutoff man to keep that double play in order.
Brings out Tommy Hotovy. Rick Sutcliffe, you saw Tommy Hotovy come out and talk to Jameson Taillon in the first inning, and after that, Taillon was lights out. Hopefully he could duplicate that with a conversation with Gavin Hollowell.
Well, I mentioned when Tommy come out, at that point I didn't know what he said, but it was obvious what we saw. was he said, you got to spin it, okay? You're getting hurt on that fastball up in the zone. You've got to spin it to set up that two-seamer. And I mean, he settled in. Rollison came in and got him out of that jam. Here's Tommy Hotteby going to work again, trying to get another out.
Second at bat for How You Lead. The pitch. Sweeper called for a strike.
As a pitching coach, you come out and you tell him what the scouting report is on the hitter. And then you ask him, how do you feel about that certain pitch? Breaking ball to get ahead. Then he runs that two-seam fastball in on him. I mean, for me, it's that breaking ball away. You've got 3 shots at it right now. You don't have to throw a strike for the next 3 pitches if you don't want to. Make it look like a strike and then get away from the bat.
Hollowell fires. Ooh. Sweeper that caught too much of the plate.
We saw a little bit of this early with Hollowell. Just overthrowing the breaking ball, just trying to throw it too hard. When you have 2 strikes on it, it doesn't tell you have to throw it harder. It tells you have the opportunity to be finer. Try to hit a corner or beyond.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. How about some heat? 96 and up.
There's so much talent here and so difficult for a right-handed hitter. He throws that left arm out there at you. You don't know where the right arm's at, and then all of a sudden it's on you and it's by you.
And this might be the biggest at bat of the game. With lefty warming up in the bullpen, lefty up in Riley Green, and here comes Craig Counsell.
The great managers only manage when they have to. This is one of those moments.
So Gavin Hollowell strikes out How You Lead, and with runners at the corners, 2 outs. Looks like it'll be Caleb Thielbar coming in. Pitching change here from Wrigley Field at a big spot in the top of the 7th. Night tickets are still available for tomorrow and Wednesday's series finale, so get yours today at Cubs.com/tickets. Caleb Thielbar in with 2 on, 2 out, and lefty Riley Green on Rick Sutcliffe, a big spot.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, this is a guy that was so good for Craig Counsell last year. He's not been as good this year. His command has been off a little bit. The home run rate has gone up opposed to last year. He's already given up more home runs this year than he did a year ago. Had some leg problems, some knee problems in spring training. He's missed a little bit of time, but he's still a great option to have down there.
Strikeout rate over 30%. It's a guy who strikes out a lot, albeit with a lot of success otherwise. Already a 3-run home run tonight. 0-1 delivery. Pitch by Thielbar. Out off the mask of a mile.
He was sitting on that breaking ball. Thank goodness it had a lot of movement to it just to get away from the barrel of that bat.
Green with 112 strikeouts this season. Crowd on their feet here at Wrigley. 1-2 pitch. With a 4-seamer low and away. All right, Sut, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Riley Green. What are you throwing here?
I like that fastball away right there, but he yanked it a little bit. He's got 94. I like going upstairs to get that swing and miss.
The pitch. Line to right. Seiya in, makes the catch. Job well done, Caleb Thielbar. A scoreless 7. Time for the 7th inning stretch, and it's brought to you by Budweiser. For 150 years, this Bud's for you.
Tonight's guest conductor for Take Me Out to the Ball Game, University of Missouri men's basketball head coach Dennis Gates.
All right, Mizzou fans, all right, Cubs fans, let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and cracker jacks. I don't, if I ever get back, let me root for the Cubbies. If they don't win, it's a shame. For it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's get some runs. M-I-Z.
Bottom of the 7th inning. Cubs down by a run. Miguel Amaya takes a first pitch ball. Entertaining night thus far, but some work to be done for the Cubs. Down by a run. They were down by 4. They're down by 1. Pop up right side. Just above on top of the first base dugout.
I think my favorite thing as a broadcaster is following the baseball into the stands. And just some of the great plays, some of the not so great plays, just the excitement, especially of a kid getting a baseball.
Son, you gave me a baseball today. Put a smile on my face.
Yeah,
I got it right now.
Yeah. I usually grab a couple of them when I come out of the clubhouse, just looking for somebody that might want one.
Oh, and that somebody's me. I appreciate it.
Well, and George Kittle, too. You know he kept his.
Him, too. Swing and a miss.
You know who taught me that as a broadcaster?
Who?
Tom Ricketts. I mean, for years, I've watched Tom every ball game walk around with a bag of baseballs, real balls, not just the giveaways, and find people that enjoy it, and they don't forget that.
Smart lesson from a smart man.
And what a weekend the Cubs put together for the 2016 team. I mean, those guys had so much fun. First of all, a lot of them, haven't seen each other for a while. And then all of a sudden you got guys with kids and, well, wait, when'd you get married? Like, just a great vibe. And Tom and Cece enjoying it all. And, Crane's got his hand in everything, and just back in the city and back at Wrigley. And
line drive right field. Made hard, but right at Zach McKinstry. 2 outs. All right, 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Lance Brostowski, what do you got down there?
All right, we're going to do a little game called Let's See How Weird Pitchers Are. We were talking about Gavin Hollowell. So this is complete polar opposites in terms of arm angle. Hollowell is almost completely flat. It's about 10 degrees on his arm angle. Waguespack's up at 70 degrees. There's only 4 pitchers in baseball right now that have a higher arm angle. So, I mean, those are the poles right there, Waguespack and Hollowell.
Waguespack out of the game, but pitching change here at the bottom of the 7th. Cubs down by a run. The ultimate goal of an MLB fan, it's seeing it all. The MLB Journey to 30 sweepstakes presented by T-Mobile is the ultimate bucket list. Enter now for your chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks. Yes, all 30. MLB.com/Journey to 30 sweeps. And presented by T-Mobile, a noted George Kittle favorite as well.
What a great plug he gave them. Deservedly so. Have you been to all 30?
I haven't. 26.
26, huh? What are you missing?
No Toronto, no Tampa Bay, no Cleveland, and no San Diego. Not that I'm counting.
Have you been to Sacramento?
I have.
I haven't. That's one I've not been.
You should go. You wouldn't like it as a pitcher.
Let me show you around San Diego, okay?
Take you up on that offer. Kyle Finnegan, the new pitcher here for the Tigers.
Yeah, it gets a little bit tougher now when A.J. Hinch gets to this part of his bullpen. They know how to hold a lead.
An important acquisition for this Tigers bullpen. Finnegan last couple years with the Washington Nationals.
It's fun when you have a guy that can pitch the 9th inning for you. He has experience doing that, pitching the 7th.
Hard hit ground ball to short. McGonigal backhand strike for first. And it gets Sam. He can really pick it over there at shortstop. On to the 8th. Cutting edge moment. Experience their luxury SUVs today. It's been a night of back-to-back homers. Tigers do it in the first. Riley Green, Dylan Dingler. Cubs follow suit in the third. Seiya Suzuki and Michael Busch.
This has been an outstanding night all the way around. It took a while to get going, but it was definitely worth the wait. Cub fans just need a finish.
Back at the screen.
I was talking with Tommy Hotovy about the bullpen earlier today and talking about Tyler Ferguson. He said, wait till you see this sweeper. You're going to absolutely love it. It's not only the amount of movement on it, but it's the velocity that he has with it as well.
Dingler takes a sweeper. Ferguson stepped off the rubber.
Well, it looked like he was going to walk off. Did he go? No, probably not.
Dingler fouls away 95.
He's got a little bit more than that 95 too. He's got not the lower slot that Gavin Hollowell has, but he's down there with it. Got to go back to that breaking ball, don't you?
It is habit. Left field, it's a home run for Dylan Dingler, his second of the night. All-star catcher, 2 homers tonight, 21st homer of the season Tigers back up by 2. It's a 5-3 game.
I'm not going to take anything away from Dingler, but when you saw this check swing on the part of Dingler on the breaking ball, you got to go back there. You can't just lay a cookie up and in for him. He proved earlier what he could do with that pitch.
Carpenter takes a sweeper for a strike. Swing and a miss. Got some Tigers fans in the house. And 2. Tapper foul. Tyler Ferguson, we've seen good stuff, but he's got bit by the long ball a little bit. That's the 5th home run he's allowed in 10 2/3 innings.
Got to tighten up that command a little bit. There's an awful lot of ability in that right arm he's got.
And now trying to get on the same page as Miguel Amaya.
You mentioned it earlier about the catching situation here with the Cubs, and just all of the things they do well. Just the leadership you see right there. Miguel's going to say, hey, I know what the scouting report is, okay? We're not, I'll put it down. Now, you want that? I'm not going to give you that. No. I would imagine what he wants to do now is throw a breaking ball in the dirt, maybe a high fastball. You got room to manipulate this at bat and make it an easy out.
To first, underhand to first, and against Carpenter. So 1 out in the 8th.
Was that a camera shot for the Budweiser booth?
Budweiser's had a fun night.
But it's Cubweiser tonight, isn't it? Or we're going.
It could be both.
It could be both.
It could be both. George Kittle locked in tonight at the Cubs game. We know. See the Cubweiser shirt.
He's got me excited about going to that Iowa State-Iowa game. You might have to meet me there, partner.
So you weren't excited about it before?
I didn't know that much about it. I mean, we're doing it because we're flying to Wrigley the next day. We're going to be here for, I believe it's a Pirates game. Yeah, I mean, I'm a sports fan.
Well, if you don't know, now you know.
I will know.
Called strike. Ferguson delivers.
Tommy Hotoby uses the phrase non-competitive pitch, and that's what that last breaking ball was. Just put it on the plate for a moment and then have it get away, and you get that swing and miss you want.
Four-seamer caught a little too much of the plate.
Yeah, and I think that's what he wanted to do with Dingler. I think he wanted to elevate it out of the zone, and he wasn't able to get it there.
Two. Swing and a miss, strike 3. There's the sweeper. Rick Sutcliffe won it.
I tell you, it's really my first look at the Tigers this year. I've done a lot of homework on them and everything, but they this is outstanding. You're going to get a lot of people out with that pitch. That's the ability that Ferguson has. But what I see right now, I don't see any reason why the Tigers don't win the division. I know they struggled. They had a worse May than the Cubs did. But they got a lot of good things going on right now.
This was a Tigers team that started 4-9, then won 10 of 13. Got to 14-12. They were 18-17 May 3rd, and then went 4-21 the rest of the month. And then since June 1st, 23-15.
I think they missed the division by a game last year with Cleveland, but then they played Cleveland in the wild card series, won 2 out of 3, as the Cubs did against the Padres. Then they lost the division series to Seattle. I remember that game 5, it was like 14 or 15 innings or something like that.
Tigers dug themselves a hole, come into the game 46-53. They're 4th in the AL Central. They're 6.5 games back of the White Sox. 4.5 games back of a wild card spot. Trade deadline is August 3rd. Into second. Nico Horner gobbles it up first. With a 3rd out in the top of the 8th. Solo homer Dylan Dingler comes down by 2, but Michael Busch up to start the bottom of the 8th. And Wintrust, Tigers leading 5-3. Pair back-to-back homers. Riley Green, Dylan Dingler in the first for Detroit. Seiya Suzuki, Michael Busch back-to-back in the 3rd for the Cubs. Kyle Finnegan against Michael Busch. Swing and a miss. Fun note. 5th game this season with back-to-back home runs by both teams.
Yeah. I think we both expected the ball to leave the park a couple of times tonight, particularly when we saw that wind blowing out all afternoon. Still blowing out, not quite as firm as it was earlier, but it'll help you if you get it up there.
Oh, 2.
Previous pitch is called a ball. Pitcher's challenge.
ABS is powered by T-Mobile.
Pitch the ball. Detroit has no challenges made.
Wow.
Call is confirmed. No more challenges for the Tigers.
That's 0 for 2 as far as challenges are concerned for Dingler. But of course, he's hit 2 home runs today.
Tigers will take that trade. Swing and a miss. Man. There's the splitter from Kyle Finnegan.
I mean, he's got a splitter. We've seen the slider early in the count. You can see the grip there.
Just drops off the table. Also has 97 in his back pocket.
A lot of people would like to have this for their 9th inning, wouldn't they? They got a guy in their bullpen closing in on 500 saves.
Bottom 8, Cubs down by 2. All 3 runs coming in the 3rd.
Huge at bat right here.
Ooh.
The tools of ignorance. Get on base.
He does.
Yep. That's what he's done his whole career.
Back-to-back multi-hit days for Alex Bregman.
Absolute bullet. Home run yesterday to get the scoring started. Now the guy that was out here first, he was out here before the ushers were here today, working on hitting the ball out of the ballpark, hitting the ball hard. An opportunity to be the tying run in the in-hat. got a tap on that. That wasn't even close, I didn't think.
It was close, but 2 challenges left.
That was a spot. You don't want to do that on the first pitch early in the game, first 5 innings. But right about now, and when Happer gets to the dugouts, they'll let him know that, and I'm sure he knows too. But you still got 2 strikes left.
Pitch. Hat, deep right center, way back. We're tied. That's how you break out of a slump. Game time, 2-run blast. Ian Happ, number 18. Brand new game, tied up at 5. Have your moment, Ian Happ.
There's John Maley. Yeah, Johnny, you were out here at noon today getting it set up for that early BP. I don't know who's happier, Ian Happ or John Maley.
Or Rick Sutcliffe.
I'm right there with him.
Listen to this crowd.
Happy days. I might have got one of the keys right. I might have got one of them.
One of 3.
I'm so happy for that, man. He has done so much for this organization, this team. Just one of those guys that's so easy to pull for. And no doubt about it. I mean, he stood there, and he doesn't normally do that. But he deserved to stand there and watch that one.
And there's the hug. Smiles from John Maley. Ian will smile about that one after the game. Still some work to do.
.601 career RBIs now for the Happer.
432 feet. Second longest home run of the season.
Nico being Nico. Fell behind early. Going to get his money's worth.
Good take.
This is not a guy that you want to walk, particularly in this situation, because of his speed. Might get something good to hit.
Tapper foul. Chopper to short. McGonigal gets Nico. Time for our Infinity cutting edge moment. Experience our luxury SUVs today. Rick Sutcliffe, Ian Happ. Watch it fly.
There's been so many times that I've heard you, I've heard Boo talk about Happ does it again. Happ delivers again. Well, it's been a while since we heard that, but you did an outstanding job talking about it.
I can't imagine how good that felt. I can't.
You know what you do, though?
What?
You turn the page. You're back to where you started. We haven't won anything yet.
From down 4-0 to down 4-3 to down 5-3 to tied 5-5. Just another night at Wrigley for the cardiac Cubs. Swing and a miss.
I guess we know why 39,000 people decided to spend the evening with us.
I don't think any of them have left. Swing went around.
That didn't look good, did it? Almost like he made up his mind to swing, and then he tried to hold up, and then he kind of, in fact, he might have twisted something a little bit. That's some maturity right there. That split her down.
Greg Counsell animated.
Yeah, I think he's worried about him being hurt. It looked like there was a trainer there talking to Craig Counsell about maybe to come out and check on him.
Ian Happ, the game-time swing. 2-run homer, third homer of the day for the Cubs. Not enough at 5. Will go to the 9th. Felco has your game recap every morning. Tune in tomorrow, 6, 7, or 8 a.m. for highlights from tonight's game, or catch it anytime on the Marquee app or on YouTube. Love those recaps. Hopefully we'll have a lot to talk about. Jacob Webb in the game for the Cubs. 44th appearance, leads the bullpen, working at a 2.98 ERA.
I just have a lot of confidence in him. I like his passion. He's got a lot of different pitches. The circle change is unbelievable. He's got a curve. He's got a slider. He's got 95 miles an hour.
There's that change.
I think he had 55, 60 appearances last year with Texas. This guy's a gamer.
And he strikes out James Outman on a changeup. One away, let's send it down to Lance Brostowski for more on Jacob Webb.
Jacob Webb's been really good this season. Strikeout rate's up from 22% to 27% this season. The main reason for that, the four-seam velo's up. He's up just under a mile per hour. Two things that really helped him with this. First, he widened his feet when he comes set. This helped him kind of gather more momentum in his throw and jump the velo, so to speak. But he also changed how he used weighted balls. These are kind of those colored rubber balls that you'll occasionally see guys using for warm-ups. He started using an overload ball a bit more, which is one that's about 6 to 7. There it is right there. You're holding it out. It's about 6 to 7 times the weight of a baseball. It's a little bit counterintuitive, but a heavier ball actually helps the player get a better feel for certain things they need to achieve in their delivery, as opposed to an under